Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and today I am going to share one of our favorite keto meal prep / dinner recipes with you. It is a chicken parmesan casserole, and I decided to share a casserole today because it was a type of recipe that we became very familiar with and reliant on when we first started doing keto, because casseroles are essentially an all-in-one meal. You have your protein, fats, and other things in one dish. They're easy to portion out, freeze, take to work, so on and so forth. And one of my favorite things to eat is chicken parmesan, but obviously you can't, on keto bread, have breaded cutlets and things like that in the traditional way. So after doing some digging, I found, a recipe here, a recipe there that I kind of adapted and morphed into my own recipe for this casserole that I've now made maybe 25 times over the past year or so. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to need are 4 chicken breasts, which should have been trimmed and then patted dry and pounded to an even thickness. We're not going to fillet them because we're going to then chop them into 1-inch cubes after they've been cooked and then incorporate them into the casserole. You're going to season them with a combination of garlic powder, onion powder, dried oregano, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And you want to do that very liberally. Spray your casserole dish and cooking spray. And the chicken doesn't really stick to this, but it's good to do that anyway. I want to make sure that I put them in so that they're nice and tight and cozy. You're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter that you cut into 8 pats, and you're going to put 2 on top of each chicken breast. And this is not only going to give them flavor, but it's going to really keep them moist and juicy. Once your butter is on the chicken, you're going to take a sheet of parchment paper and you're going to put it over the chicken, tuck all 4 edges of the paper under the chicken breasts. Look how nice that looks. So once this is done, it's going to go in a preheated oven that's at 400 degrees for about half an hour, or until the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. So the 4 chicken breasts have been in the oven baking for about 30 minutes, and it's time to unwrap them and then cube them so that we can assemble our casserole. If you want to shred it, you can do that too. Now that the chicken has been completely cubed, we're going to assemble the casserole. Use the same casserole dish that you cooked the chicken in. You're just going to want to give it a little wipe. So now, to assemble our casserole, you're going to need your cubed chicken breast, a mixture of grated and shredded Parmesan, shredded mozzarella cheese, and then a mixture that is about 3 ounces of pork rinds that I put through the food processor with dried basil and just like a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You're going to want about 2 to 3 cups of low-carb marinara sauce. So to start, we're going to put 1/3 of the pasta sauce in the bottom of the casserole dish. We're going to sprinkle half a cup of the grated and shredded Parmesan mixture. Then you're going to take about 3/4 of a cup of the mozzarella cheese and sprinkle that on there. Once you put all your cheeses on there, you're going to take about 1/3 of the pork rind mixture and sprinkle it as evenly as possible on top of this. Now that that's done, we'll put the chicken that we cubed on top of all this bed of sauce and cheese. Now, take the rest of the sauce and just go to town and pour it all over the chicken. We're going to sprinkle the rest of the Parmesan mixture on top of this, followed by the mozzarella and then the rest of the pork rind mixture. Once that's done, the casserole is going to go into a 350-degree oven for around 25 to 30 minutes, or until the cheese is starting to bubble and the pork rind topping has gotten a little darker. So the casserole has just come out of the oven. It was a solid 25 minutes at 350 degrees to get it to this beautiful, bubbly, golden brown look to it. This is about 8 servings. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make a keto chicken parmesan casserole. You can find the recipe in the description box below, as well as the names of the people who created the recipes that helped inspire this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and also hit the little bell so that you can be notified every time we post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!